Good morning, you guys. So I know I have not been posting a ton. I have had a lot going on and it has just been very stressful. I'm trying to plan a wedding, figure out my health, and just take care of myself as well as my fiance. So I apologize for the fact that I have not been posting a ton. Um, but today's video is going to be about how I prepare to go to a doctor's appointment. I have a doctor's appointment on Monday with a new primary care. I have been having issues with primary care. I currently have no doctor following my care besides a cardiologist who doesn't really do anything for me because there's nothing she can do for me. And so I am now going to an appointment on Monday with a new physician to make my primary care, hopefully. Hopefully, she is helpful. Um, so I am just going to kind of document how I'm getting ready for this appointment in hopes that it can help you guys prepare for a new appointment. I do this for any specialist or really kind of any doctor at all. I make sure I have every detail that I need to make my job easier, but also the physician's job easier. So let's get started. Okay, first you're gonna need a little notebook. This is mine. It's really cute and I'm obsessed with it. And then I like to have a couple different color wave options when it comes to how I organize my notes. The way I like to organize my notes is very first thing is your highest priority. So for me, I think right now my highest priority is finding a specialist to help with my POTS along with my gastroparesis. I think what I'm going to put as my priority is a POTS specialist because because there is a specific place I'm wanting to go that I need a referral for. And then within that, I also need a referral for this GI I'm wanting to see. So I'm going to start my notes off with what I'm most looking for in this appointment. So I'm going to do that real quick. Okay, so I have my first two like main priorities. You can see top priorities, my bullet points here, and then my two top priorities with detail. So I am asking for management with POTS as well as a referral to a very specific place, and then figuring out GI complications with tube and management along with referral to a very specific doctor at a very specific place. Because I have done my own research and I feel like that is super important, is like you do your own research when it comes to physicians, because you don't want to go to a physician, you don't want to get a referral for a physician who has no clue what they're doing with your condition, like at all. So that is super important to do to make sure. And then also make sure that that doctor is actually a doctor that listens. I have learned so much by looking at the reviews of doctors I have seen. Like one doctor I have seen who told me he knows a grown man told me he knows what it feels like to be a young teenage girl in today's society. And every review he has is like a 1-star, 2-star review because he doesn't listen. You don't want to make an appointment to see a doctor for them to not listen to you. So that would just be like super frustrating. So the next thing I'm going to do is, because I'm asking for management with POTS, I'm going to put the symptoms that I have as well as maybe as well as stuff I've already tried to do to manage my POTS, and then as well as something that maybe could help that I've had help or I feel like might help and it might be looking into doing that. So let me do that. Okay, so I did that bottom part of symptoms. For POTS, I went more into detail in symptoms than I did for gastroparesis, because gastroparesis, we are mostly trying to figure out what is going on with my tube and how to deal with that. So for gastroparesis, I put that my tube is flipping, constantly flipping, leading to being unable to get adequate nutrition, blood sugar issues, because I am having issues keeping my blood sugar up, and then as well as inability to tolerate my feeds, which I just had to add because I completely forgot about that. And then on the other side, I started writing the things that I have tried for POTS, because POTS is mostly what we're trying to kind of manage here to give me some quality of life before I'm able to see like an actual GI specialist. I am mostly like putting more information into this because I know most likely I'm just going to end up getting a referral to go see a GI specialist, because that's typically what they do, because there's not much that a primary care can do with how far along I am in my stuff. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down the things. So I wrote down the things that I've tried. I'm going to write down the things that I've tried that helped me. Like, so I go to urgent care for IV fluids, and that makes me feel a lot better. As well as I use mobility aids. So I'm going to tie that into kind of what I'm wanting to try to help manage my POTS. So I'm going to do that real quick. Okay. So I wrote a lot because there is a lot that I'm wanting to go over in this appointment, in hopes that a lot can actually happen and possibly start to make me feel a lot better. So I kind of just went into the things that I have tried. I listed all the things, even the things that didn't work for me, because I would rather there be knowledge of the fact that I did try this thing and know it didn't work for me, than us like trying to do it and us trying to do it again. Then tell her all the things I've done and the things that have actually helped me, and then kind of how I want to look into those things maybe becoming more of a regular thing. So the two things that helped me most are mobility aids and IV fluids. So IV fluids is mostly just looking to see if I can get in at a infusion center. If I can get in at an infusion center, then I can do weekly infusions, and it'll be hopefully a lot cheaper than going to urgent care. And then maybe I will be a functioning human being of society. So that's what I have for that. I think for now, that is all I'm going to put on here. If I think of more, I will definitely come back and write more. But for right now, I have what my top priority is for the appointment, symptoms, as well as things I've tried and things I am willing to continue to try if we alter the way I'm trying it. So if there's anything else I think of, I will add it into this video. Okay, so I did think of another thing. Questions. Write your questions down. I always get to an appointment and I'm like, okay, these are the questions that I have. We go through the whole appointment. We get to the end of the appointment. They go, do you have any questions? And I blank. I go, I have no clue. I don't think so. And then we get out of the appointment. We get in the car and we're driving home. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot to ask this. And then I'm like, well, I told them I didn't have any questions. And they told me, well, if you think of any, you can message us and we'll respond. And then I'm like, but this is so embarrassing. I just left my appointment and now I have questions. Write your questions down. Write them down. It'll make your life easier. It'll make your physician's life easier. You'll actually get an answer right then and there instead of having to wait for your physician to respond to a message. It is game changing. Write your questions down. But that is all I have for you guys. So I have 3 pages worth of stuff for my appointment on Monday. I have my top priorities, which I added something to, which would be my EDS pain and my hip. I have my symptoms. So I have POTS, gastro, and then I have 3 pages. And I have things I've tried, POTS, gastro, and then kind of what I want to try. I added another thing down here that I wanted to try. And then my questions for this appointment in hopes that we can get somewhere and it be a productive appointment and to feel heard and seen. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, please comment them down below. I would love to answer. If you have any ideas of other things I should include in my list of stuff I should prepare for my appointment on Monday, also please comment that down below. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and I am starting a podcast called The Chronic Community, so stay tuned on Spotify for that. Make sure to hit that notification bell so that you get notified every single time I post a new video. Anyways, I love you guys. Bye. I got some color back. She thinks so too.